y'all, and welcome to episode 84 of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. My name is Kay, and this is my YouTube channel where I chat about all of my knitting and crocheting adventures. Today is January, why do I always forget this when I start? I think it's the 22nd. Yes, it's Wednesday, January 22nd. And today I have a couple of finished objects and of course some works in progress. A couple of brand new designs that are so brand new, they've just been cast on, that I will share a sneak peek with you guys, and a couple things I've received in the mail. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First, I wanted to show you guys, I'm wearing my Matterroot tee today that I got at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. I will link Matterroot down below. I love this t-shirt. It is so soft. It's just so cute, a little knitted heart. So I wanted to share that because I always forget to share if I'm wearing something knitting related. I always forget to share what it is. So in case I get questions, this is from Matterroot. I'm finishing up my second cup of coffee this morning. I spent the morning getting a couple of chores done around the house. It's still really early. I think it's only like 9 a.m. Got some chores done and wrote some show notes and drank some coffee. So it's been a pretty good morning so far. And I'm ready to share all of the things with you guys today. So I hope that you guys have got something to drink and you're knitting and you're ready to sit down and have a little chat. So you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady. And there is a group on Ravelry for this podcast. If you are on Ravelry and you hit the groups tab up at the top and search for Crazy Sock Lady Podcast, it's gonna pop right up. I will put links right down below this video in the down bar for everywhere that you can find me, links to project pages, links to shops that I talk about. You'll find all of that down below. And I wanted to let everybody know, last week I put up a video announcing winners of the Yarnable subscription boxes. I had given away 2 Yarnable subscription boxes on a previous video, and I announced those winners in a very short little video last week. So if you participated in that, please, please, please head over and watch that video. I will link it below. It's here on this YouTube channel, and see if you're one of the winners. Neither of the winners have contacted me yet, and I'm itching to get those sent out to you guys and be able to share those. So make sure that you head over and watch that. Seems like a reoccurring theme lately that a lot of winners don't contact me when they win something. So make sure that you head over and watch that video so that I can get your prize sent out to you. In the Ravelry group, I wanted to let you guys know we do have the Stash Busters Cal going on. I will link the threads down below, and I will also link a video here on YouTube where I chat about the knit along and go over some of the rules and things like that. I'm co-hosting that with Julie of Twin Stitches Design, so make sure you head over and follow Julie. I will link all of her information down below, and her she has chatter and FO threads in her group on Ravelry as well. I won't go over all of the rules every podcast because I just think that would get a bit redundant all year long to go over that every episode, but that video, that's one of the reasons I did that for you guys, so it's easy to find, and then all of the rules are in the chatter thread, so everything will be linked below for you guys. It's been a fun knit along. There's been a lot of things being posted in the Ravelry group, finished objects, lots of chatter going on. I'm doing well so far with the Stash Busters Cal, which you'll see today. I finished a couple of things. I finished one thing that was from Stash, started another thing that's from Stash. So I'm doing well so far and really enjoying falling in love with some of this yarn back behind me all over again. I want to share with you guys, I received a prize in the mail for the knit along. So let me go ahead and grab that. Still got it in the packaging here. Okay, so we have a couple of sets of Progress Keepers and Stitch Markers from 3 by the Sea Designs. Here's the first set. So this is kind of, let me turn some of these around. This is a breakfast themed set. And I think this would be super fun is a zipper pull. Look how cute that is. So there's some eggs, coffee, cute little frying pans. Very cute. And then there's also one with gummy bears. So 2 of these sets. And then she also sent over, that's 3 by the Sea Designs, but the same woman that is part of 3 by the Sea Designs also has an Etsy shop called Yarn Over Dramatic, and all of these shops will be linked below if you want to go check them out. And she sent over a couple of little signs that she has in the Yarn Over Dramatic shop. This one's for the cowl. It's all taped up. I'm gonna go ahead and open it so that you guys can see. And I want to get pictures of these and list them in the chatter thread for Q1, because these will be Q1 prizes for the knit along. So she has these adorable signs that says, "A lady never discusses the size of her yarn stash," which I thought was perfect for the Stash Busters cowl. And she reached out and said that she thought this would be great for that. And I was like, yes, please, it would be amazing. So this nice little wood sign. So she sent that for the knit along, and then she also sent one for me to put into my office yarn cave. So perfect. So it's been sitting over there on my cabinet that has all my knitted items in it. So thank you so much for donating the prizes for the cowl and for my little goodie. And if you're a maker, a pattern designer, a bag maker, anything you would like to donate prizes to the cowl, they are always welcome. Just contact me. One of the things down below, there'll be email, Instagram, Ravelry, all that's linked down there for you guys. Just let me know. I always love being able to offer your makes as prizes for things. It's so fun to get your name out there and to share all those goodies. So just let me know if you want to donate any prizes. Now let's chat about some finished objects. I've got 2 today. So this one I finished last week. This is Wyatt's hat. And I talked about this on last week's episode. He totally designed this all himself as far as the colors and where he wanted the colors in what order and how many rounds he wanted each color done. So that's his hat, and he requested a folded brim. And somebody asked, wouldn't that mess up his collar placement? Yeah, it does hide some, but this is what he wanted, and I did it exactly how he wanted. So he's not fazed that it hides that stripe there of blue. He just loves it. So he's very happy with how it turned out. And I did not follow a pattern for this. I have a project page that has the needle size I use, the yarn information. I did use Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. And I think I wrote down the color names because I cannot remember them. Yes, the red is red tweed. This is ivory, and then navy. And then this is a Knit Picks Brava worsted, and I believe the colorway is yellow, just yellow. I didn't write that one down, but that is Knit Picks is the yellow. So like I said, I did not follow a pattern. I just cast on 96 stitches on US 7, 4.5 millimeter, and just knit it, I think 9 inches. Since he wanted a folded brim, I knit it 9 inches, and then I did some decreases every round until I had like 8 stitches left, I think, and then I closed it up. So his hat is done. I'm pleased with it, and I'm happy that he's pleased with it. So that is finished object number 1. The second one I finished is for Wyatt as well, because he's just so knit worthy. So I finished him another pair of socks. This is out of some stash yarn. This is Zia Wools. And I can't remember the colorway name because I threw the tag away, but I'm pretty sure it was like Apple Orchard or something with orchard in it. and possibly apple. That's not a lot of help. I am so sorry, but I knit these on US 1 2.25 millimeter, 56 stitches is what I cast on for Wyatt's socks. And to give him a little bit of extra room in this area of his socks, because that's where he struggles with not having enough room, what I do is I knit the heel flap for 32 rows. So what you would do for a 64 stitch cast on. So I knit the small size sock, but when it comes to how many rows I do for the heel flap, I follow the medium size. And when I'm saying small and medium sizes, those are in any of my patterns that are available on Ravelry or Etsy. And I do have a few free patterns on there as well on Ravelry. But yes, so I knit the heel flap for 32 rows and then pick up the amount of stitches I would for that medium size sock as well. And that just gives a little bit of extra room right here in this area of the sock so that it fits him even better. And then I did the same toe that's in my sock patterns. I'm so pleased with them. I love it when, and I know some people may not like this, but I love it when you start a sock. So this is where I started from the center of the cake, and the color was darker. There was definitely more red, and then that kind of lightened up as I went down. Like, I mean, you think that's how the yarn came out. Look at how light it was down here when I finished off the toe on the second sock. I think that's so much fun to see the progression of the skein of yarn. So I think that's it about those. I finished these yesterday, I believe, is when I finished them. I Kitchenered that toe together and got those done. I worked on them a lot over the weekend at basketball. So those are my only two. That's not true. I did finish my Bits and Bobs blanket. I posted a photo on Instagram. I'm not gonna pull it out and chat about it today. I'm gonna save it for February's Scrappy Sunday video. So last week I posted January's Scrappy Sunday video. Thank you guys so much to everyone who watched that and enjoyed it and left me so many sweet comments about it, sent me messages. I am so glad that you guys loved that video and you loved the idea of a Scrappy Sunday update once a month, because I just love Scrappy Sunday so much and I'm so glad that you guys do as well. So yeah, I'm gonna save the Bits and Bobs chat for February's video. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll record it, I don't know exactly when in February, but I will record that in February and get that up for you guys to update you guys on all of the scrappy things. So works in progress. Let's see. Oh, I pulled this out to show you guys. Wyatt picked this out yesterday. He came in my office when he got home from school. I was still finishing up some computer work, getting a new design out to testers, and I said, you know, I finished your last pair of socks, so if you want me to start another pair, go ahead and pick out some yarn. So this is what he picked. This is Knit Picks Felici in the Spring Blooms colorway. And he said it is the colors that is on the cover of the book he is reading. I think that's what it was, the current book that he's reading. So I'm so excited. I've got 2 skeins of this. They're 50 grams each from Knit Picks. I'm gonna try to get these cast on today because I've only got one other vanilla sock on the needles, and that is in a bag that was the very first thing, I think this was the very first thing that I bought from Amber of Maker's Haven. So I've had this for years, but it's one of my absolute favorite drawstring bags. It's just plain on the back. Love the fabric on the inside as well. So in here, I started a pair of socks with some stash yarn that is such deep stash. It's been caked up for forever. I caked it up with the intent of casting on, and then, I mean, you know how that goes sometimes, you just don't. So I don't have the tag anymore. I think I've had this caked up since I lived in North Carolina. I'm almost positive. So I think the tag probably got lost in the move, or maybe the shuffle when I moved my yarn, because I used to have it upstairs at the top of my stairs. maybe when I moved the yarn down, it got lost then. I don't know, but I cannot find the tag anywhere. So I have no clue who this yarn is by, what the colorway is, nothing, but it's Dash. It's pretty, and I'm so excited to be using it. So, and I started a pair of socks so that I would have kind of a second vanilla sock for over the weekend, and it worked out good because after Austin's game on Saturday, it was at like 6 p.m. Yeah, I think it was 6 p.m. It was dark by the time we left the game, and the Wyatt socks that I had going were, for one, they were on DPNs, which are just not as easy to knit in the dark for me, and they were just not at a good point for me. I think I was doing gusset decreases at that point, so it wasn't really at a good point to not be able to see what I'm doing. So I worked on this at that point, and I think that's the only time I worked on this. I can't remember, but I got a bit done on the leg. The cuff was already done, and then I got a bit done on the leg. And these are on US 1 2.25 millimeter needles. And I cast on 64 stitches for these. When I cast them on, I had no like thought of like, oh, these are for me or these are for whoever. I just cast them on to have another vanilla sock on the go. And then I kind of thought, well, maybe they could be for Eric. But then somebody commented on Instagram and said they look like Green Bay Packers collars. My sister Cassie is a Green Bay Packers fan, so these are going to be for Cassie. I haven't knit her a pair of socks in a very long while. I'm not sure if she wears the ones that I have knit her. I don't know, but she's going to get these anyways, regardless, because she's a Packers fan, and that is what they look like. As soon as somebody said that, that's all that was in my head, was that these look like Green Bay collars. So that'll be for her. No rush on them. I honestly may finish them and then just put them aside as a pair of gift socks to give to her later, and then maybe send them to her at the beginning of the next football season. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Save them and send them to her then. Next work in progress. Is this my only other one? Yeah, this is it, other than some new designs that I'll give you a sneak peek of. But this is my olive leaf pullover. It's in my Fringe Supply Co. town bag. And the yarn I'm using is Malabrigo Sock in the Impressionist Sky colorway. And this is still pretty hard to show the point that it's at, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys because I have made a decent amount of progress on it, I feel like, because it's not, I don't know, I haven't worked on it too much, so I feel like I've gotten a good bit done. So last time I was working on this back section. So that back section is done for the point that I was at. And I put it on a cable with some stoppers on it to hold it there. And this morning I was sitting down knitting after I woke up before I had breakfast and got the boys up and all of that. And I finished the front. So it is on needles right now still, because I finished it and then tucked it away in the bag. But it is ready now to join up the front and the back. So I'll maybe do that this evening, get it at least going. So then I think I have just a little bit of stockinette in the round. So I think that'll be good. But yeah, I am so pleased with how this is looking so far. It's still on these cables, so I'm kind of like, is it the right size? I am knitting a size small, so it is there's a lot of positive ease. I can't remember. Let me see what she recommends. she recommends anywhere from 7 to 17 inches of positive ease. I just don't really like a ton of positive ease in my sweaters. So I'm knitting a small, which is a 44-inch circumference, and that'll still give me positive ease, but just not a ton. So I think we're on the right track. I'm about a 36 to 38 inch bust. So I think we're good. I think it'll be good. It's still on those cables, so that makes it, the cables and the needles. So that makes it look a lot smaller. So I think once it's on a larger cable, I'll really be able to see the size more. But I'm happy so far with how the neck line looks. So yeah, I'm excited to get this joined up. Like I said, I'm hoping to get that joined today, and then it'll be some good mindless knitting for a little bit, I think. I'll have to read the pattern again, but I'm pretty sure I have just a little bit of mindless knitting before I start the patterning on the bottom. All right, now I'm gonna show you guys a couple of new designs that are just started. I don't have even the patterning started on them yet, but I thought it would be a fun spot to show you the designs, because as you guys know, if you've watched for a while, I don't typically show my designs in progress. They're just kind of, for one, things can change so much within the design process, and something may start out as one thing and end up looking completely different from what it started out as. So there's always that things change and vary as you're working on them, and sometimes you have to rip back and start again. And then also they're just like my little babies. Like, I like to keep them to myself for a little while and love on them and give them lots of care and attention and make sure they're good to go. And I'm just so pleased with them, and then send them out into the world, if that makes any sense. So, like I said, I thought these were at a good spot. Patterning hasn't been started yet. They're at my favorite spot for new designs. If the project is like a sock or anything with like a cuff, and you get that cuff done, and then it's like, okay, I can dive in and see if this pattern is going to work, how it looks in my brain. So that's the spot these are at. Like I said, haven't started the patterning yet. I have this one in a bag from In a Pickle Knitting, and I don't think that she makes bags anymore. I could be wrong. I will link her shop below if she does still make bags, but I don't know that she does, which is a bummer because they're amazing. I have a couple of her bags. The yarn I'm using for this design is from Kim of Bridgefield Fiberworks in her Bouquet Toss colorway. Very gorgeous colorway. And I have a little matching needle cozy with a bag as well. But here is the yarn. Just the cuff is done. There it is, worked up. And that's it. Like I said, there's not much done, but I thought it would be fun to show you guys those colorways and just a sneak peek. I have one more. And I just got the cuffs done on these yesterday. I actually just cast them both on yesterday and got the cuffs done. I had a day Monday where I sat down. So I was done with, I have a sock design that's out to testers right now. So everything was done with that. And I was kind of like, okay, I need to get another design going. So I sat down in here in my office, right here in this chair in this corner, and just kind of brainstormed some new ideas and came up with a couple of ideas, 2 ideas for socks, 2 different pairs of socks, and for a cowl, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So that was a good day. And I came up with the ideas, but that does not mean they will work. Things change so much. But this is in a bag from Amy of Little Tailoress. Dandelion and Dogwood, I think, is the shop name now. But I love this bag. Lots of room, and it's nice and squishy. So here is the start of the cowl. Just the ribbing is done. So now I'm ready to start on the pattern. Yarn I'm using for this is from It's All About You. And this is in her Haunted House colorway on her Delightful DK base, which is 100% superwash merino, 100 grams, 231 yards. There it is in the cake. Very pretty, kind of like a grayish blue. And I didn't say what needles I was using for the other one, but for these I'm using my signature needles on US 6 4mm, and they're my interchangeable signatures. And the stoppers are by Coco Knits. They're my favorite needle stoppers. The needles I was using for the other one, I'm pretty sure were ChiaoGoo, but I don't think I said that. Yes, they're ChiaoGoo Red Lace US 1 2.25mm. And the yarn, I told you the colorway name and all of that, but it's on her Avenue sock, which is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend, 463 yards to 100 grams. So that's it for the new designs. Now I wanted to show you something that I received in the mail yesterday. So I ordered this while I was up in Flagstaff. My coffee's getting cold. I gotta drink it. Yeah, it's already cold. I ordered this while I was up in Flagstaff for my knitting weekend. So my friend Margaret had a bag like this, and Susan and I hopped right on and ordered one because we loved it. So this is by Knit One and Sew Two. The shop will be linked below. And it is this perfect little sock-sized bag. There's the inside. And then you can put that through there. If you wanted to put it on your wrist like that and knit while you're walking, you can. Or put it down inside of your purse. That was kind of the one thing that sold me. I was like, this is the perfect size to stick down in my purse. It does have two little pockets. I love that she has a little cut. This isn't real scissors. This is the little cutout, but to show you that, you know, you can stick your scissors down in there. So I think there was an option for a pocket and an option for no pocket, but I loved the pocket idea. So you could stick couple little notion-y things down in there. Let's see. This is not a full cake of yarn. I've already knit socks with it, but you kind of get an idea. So a full cake would fit perfect down inside of here. So I'm really excited to use this. Keep this down inside of my purse with some socks in it. And then I also ordered, Margaret had gifted us, I think when we went to Rhinebeck, she gifted everybody a little notions thing like this with some notions in it. So this is also from the same shop. And I love this fabric. And then it just snaps open, and then you can set it up like that and have your notions down inside of there. I just think it's such a fun design to sit there and then, you know, have it on the side of your chair or the table and grab your notions out. And I love that she has her labels there so that it's on the bag as well. So that's easy to remember where I got it from. So that's all I received in the mail. Like I said, I'm doing really well with the stash cow. I will go over once we get into February, which I guess, is that like next week's February? Where did January go? Once we get into the beginning of February and I do the first podcast of February, I will go over what my January stats were as far as how many skeins I used from stash, how many I added to stash, all of that stuff. But I'm doing really well so far. So I think that's pretty much all of the knitting today. Let me check my notes and make sure I did not forget anything. no, I think that's it. So a little bit of chatter, but busy just, like I said, I brainstormed a lot of new ideas, getting those new ideas cast on for patterns. I have one more that I'm going to go ahead and cast on today, I think. So then I'll have 3 designs going, which is quite a lot for me, but I think 2 of them are, fingers crossed, like I said, things always change, but I think they're going to be easy to just go with. I don't think they're going to need a lot of reworking. The sock design from Bridgefield Fiberworks, I just have a sketch. I've kind of have an idea in my head what stitches I need to use to get that idea into the yarn, but we'll see if it works. That one could take a little working, but I think it'll be worth it. I think I'm really gonna love it. Austin had basketball over the weekend, as always, his club basketball, and they won the championship. So that was super exciting. He has this team that he's with right now, because within the club, he was in the younger team, and then they moved up to 7th grade. And the 7th grade team, this is the first championship they've won since they moved up to that team. So it was so exciting for them to see them win a championship. Yeah, they were super excited. And that was Saturday and Sunday. Wyatt has become totally obsessed with football. I mean, beyond obsessed. It just started out of nowhere and he's in love. So he's been playing football every day, like practicing football out in the field in front of our house. He's been using my elliptical. He's been running every day. It's the cutest little thing to see him up there on the elliptical. He says he's in training. So Eric signed him up last night for a flag football league through our church, and it starts next month. So I'm glad it's flag football. Football makes me very nervous because of all the injuries, and that just, I get so nervous thinking about it. I realize those kinds of things can happen with any sport, but I feel like tackle football, it worries me. So I am so glad it's flag football. He doesn't want to play tackle football. I don't know if that's just because he's never played football before and he kind of wants to start out, or if he has zero desire to ever play tackle football. We shall see where it goes, but he's excited at this moment to play flag football. I'm pretty sure practices start in February. I think they start next month. So yeah, we will see how that goes. I'm excited that he's excited and he's found something he wants to do. He's decided not to do fencing at this moment. The classes were getting ready to pick back up for after the holidays. They were going to start this week, I believe. But yeah, he's decided not to do that right now. He wants to do football. So, okay, you try all the things you want to try, find the one you like, and we will support you. Oh, and I was going to tell you guys, I posted in my Insta stories about this, but at the championship game for Austin's basketball tournament over the weekend on Sunday, they started out behind, and then they came back, and the game was just like neck and neck. They would be tied, and then the other team would be up, tied, they would be up. I mean, it was just back and forth. Twice, Wyatt asked me, do you need to get your knitting out? Mom, do you need to get your knitting out? I mean, he asked me this twice over the span of like 5 or so minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And after the second time, I was like, why do you keep asking me that? Do I seem nervous? And he was like, yes. He said I was fidgety and I was nervous, which I was. I think I was sitting there like wringing my hands and like, I was very nervous. So I thought that was so funny that he knew Mom's nervous, Mom's fidgety, she needs her knitting to calm her down. I didn't end up getting the knitting out. I was way too into the game, but it definitely probably would have helped calm my nerves down. So I should have listened to Wyatt and just pulled that knitting out. But I think that is pretty much it for today's episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed getting to catch up today. And like I said, if you entered into the Yarnable giveaway for the 2 boxes, I did the giveaway on YouTube, make sure you head over and watch that video so that the winners can get their boxes. If I don't hear anything, I'll check the date and see when I put the video up, but I will only leave that standing for 1 month after when I put that video up, and then I'm gonna redraw prizes. I'm never really sure how to go forward with that when people don't claim their prizes, because I realize, you know, things happen, people get busy, you don't get a chance to watch the videos as soon as they go up. So I like to give a month, but I think I'm gonna start being pretty strict with that 1 month. Sometimes I'll let it go longer, but then these prizes are sitting here and they're not being claimed, and that's just not fair to the makers either that have sent them in. So the 1 month thing I'm gonna be strict for. It'll be 1 month from the date that the video goes up that I announce the winners, and then I'm gonna immediately redraw prizes. And for one, I just hate having them sitting in the cubby there. So yeah, I will leave the Yarnable boxes, it'll be the same. 1 month since I put the video up, and then I will redraw prizes from that original video and just announce them here on the podcast. Yeah, so if you entered, please go watch the video and see if you won, and let me know via email your mailing address so I can get that out to you. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Until then, happy knitting. Bye.